Hey, welcome everybody. This is Alan Parker again from Cahoon Care Associates. And today I've got a new guest, Karen Kavaka. She is the new hiring manager here with us. And thanks so much for joining us here today on our podcast, Karen.
Well, thanks for having me, Alan. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, I was really excited when I learned that you were joining us as part of the team. I mean, I know you personally, but I also know, from a professional stance, what you're capable of. And I just want to take this opportunity to introduce you so that all of our current caregivers and all potential caregivers out there can get a better understanding of who you are and what you're about and why I'm so excited to have you on board as a team member. So for our audience here, if you could just maybe give a little background on you and your family, and so you
Sure.
get a sense of who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I am proud mother of three adults, Bianca, Nicholas, and Katie. And you know how much I can drone on about them, but I'll wait till I know the caregivers to give them the, the details of that. And very fortunate to have an adoring husband, Daryl. And life is good, despite all of the craziness right now. I'm very fortunate.
Yes. Yeah. No, it is a little crazy now, but I think the great thing about you is you have a very upbeat attitude, and it's infectious. So tell me a little, tell our audience a little bit about sort of some of your professional experience, kind of where you came from. I mean, you've
Sure.
run the gamut from large corporations to smaller boutiques, which I think is
Yes.
going to be a great fit with Cahoon. We are, family owned and run, and but give us a little insight into some of those skills that you're going to bring here to us.
Yeah, so my recruiting career started a couple of decades ago in a small market research firm called the Marcom Group. And I was responsible for recruiting auditors for various organizations. And I learned very quickly that I loved meeting new people and I loved learning about what made them tick and where they wanted to go, and got very excited about finding that perfect match for them. And from there, I went into a little known business called trade shows and was responsible for recruiting account managers there, which was a crazy run, lots of traveling and lots of sort of Hollywood style shows, which was great. And went on to Robert Half International, probably a very well-known recruiting firm, where I learned an incredible recipe for recruiting. And then went on to Staples, where I spent the last 10 years. So one of the things I'm most excited about in joining Cahoon Care, other than knowing the Cahoon Care family and the passion that they bring and the commitment that they bring to not only their clients, but their caregivers, is having had the benefit of working for both Fortune 5 and the smaller, more boutique. I'm excited to have already seen in play that the biggest advantage of working for a smaller organization is when there's a need, there's a collaboration to determine the need and an action plan put together, and we fill the need. All those layers and layers of red tape that can sometimes happen just don't exist. Like magic.
Yeah, no, it is not. It's the nice thing about, I mean, me myself, I worked for a large corporation for many years, and there are some great things about it, but then there's the red tape and the time it takes to do all these things, and that's the wonderful thing with us is we're a lot more agile, right? There's only a
Right.
couple
For
people make the
sure.
decision.
For sure.
So, you know, I wanted to also touch on some of the things that you've done, volunteer work that you've done, because I think that's important for us. I mean, we're in the industry that we're in. We're very much hands-on, getting involved with people, and it does take a passion and an empathetic side, which I know you have, which is I'm one of those reasons why I was so excited that you were going to come on board and be the hiring manager for us, because you
Yeah.
have that wonderful self about you, that you have this wonderful empathy, that I
Thanks,
think
Alan.
is
I think I probably get more out of my volunteer work than the other way around. And I've been very fortunate to have many experiences. I've worked for the Rape Crisis Hotline. I was able to use my professional experience as a recruiter many years ago working with the prison system as they were releasing women from prison, and job readiness skills and interview techniques and resume writing. So that was a really, really cool experience.
sounds.
And I volunteered actually at the Scandinavian Living Center in Newton, which is an assisted living. And I can't tell you how much fun I had there and how many wonderful friends I made with the residents there. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, and what,
Festivals are unparalleled.
well, that's another thing, is you also have done. I mean, great thing about you, you understand like both sides of the equation with it, because you've been on the end of having a loved one who's been cared for, right? And then you've
Yes,
also done caregiving yourself, which
yes.
is invaluable, to understanding what our caregivers go through, but also understanding the needs that the clients have. And it's a I'm really, I can't say it enough that I'm so excited that you're joining the team, and
Well, as you know, the feeling is more than mutual. And having had the opportunity to get to know the team, I cannot express enough how dynamic, how compassionate, how dedicated both the office staff, all of us in the offices, and the caregivers' commitment and dedication to our clients. It's just an incredible recipe.
thank you. Yeah, it's thanks.
No,
It's great.
thank you. I get to be a part of it. Who's luckier than me?
Well, Karen, thanks so much for taking time. I mean, this is great, to get this information out to all the caregivers and potential people that we have out there. And thanks again for joining.
Well, thanks for having me, Alan.
All right. You have a great day. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to add comments below, or, reach out to us directly. Again, we're Cahoon Care, and this is Karen Kavaka and Alan Parker. Thanks again.